What's going on, Nerd Nation? It's your boy Sleevecard signing in, and today, guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, something I haven't done on this channel in 2-3 years, maybe? And that is playing some Pokemon TCG, or more specifically, we're going to be looking at one of the new theme decks that came out pretty recently, based off of the Shield and Sword starters, and that is going to be the Rillaboom theme deck. Like I said, I recently got back into playing TCG online, and this deck right here, as a matter of fact, kept popping up on all the theme stuff as I was kind of hopping up and down the ladder, and it was frankly walloping me, so I just hopped in and grabbed it myself. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at what this deck has to offer. It is a little different than some of the other theme decks that we've looked at on the channel before. And then we'll hop into a quick battle and kind of see where it all plays out. So, as you can tell on the screen, it's a decent, like, third, like most of the starter decks are, of Pokemon Trainers and Energy. Obviously, the main star of this deck is Rillaboom, but let's take a look at some of the Pokemon we have going on here. So, it comes with, I don't know why it's showing 3, it comes with 2 Maractus. Overall, Maractus is okay. It's the main thing I've noticed with Maractus is not so much this one colorless for 20. It's this right here. If you need something quick, you need a quick attack that can build up a lot of damage. You have one of your classic kind of like stack the energy and hope the coin flips fall for you type of attack on powerful needles, so you can potentially get 4 or 5 energies off on this, and even if you're flipping, you know, 50%, you're still getting 180 damage, which is pretty quality damage for a starter deck. We also have 3 Katinis. I'm not going to pull that one up just because it's meh. It doesn't really do much except for lead into Whimsicott. But the Katinis exist. Whimsicott, which you have 2 of, is kind of like your get out of jail free card. And that is, again, if you have some luck on your side, you can flip, get aheads, and get this off right here, which is, it gets rid of your opponent's active Pokemon and all attached cards and shuffles them back into their deck. So if you do come across something you can't quite overcome, you do have that option right then and there. And then this one here is not bad either, having a 1 energy, 50 attack, or 50 damaging Leaf Step attack. That was pretty quality as well. When I've tested this out a bit, it has come in handy, especially against some like tight spots where I just need to get off a quick bit of damage and knock out their active Pokemon, anything like that. We also have 2 of these big, fat, fluffy Snorlaxes. This one's cool. It's not as useful, I've noticed, except for like absorbing damage. So it looks nice in that there's your 80 attack, there's your 130 damaging attack, stuff like that. But one, you have to get a lot of energy up on them, and you'll kind of see when we play through it. But energy is very much at a premium in this deck. I will say I've played through it 30 some odd times, and energy is like the first thing you run out of, or you wish you had more of. So it is very nice, but the main factor is this right here, and that is that 150 HP. That lets you kind of like absorb some hits while you're setting up other things. And then, of course, we get into the meat. Actually, you know, I'm gonna go back to them last. We're gonna go to check out Rillaboom and all that last. That is so we can check out this last set here, Glossifleur and Eldegoss. I don't know why they put it at the end when Rillaboom's clearly a star. But these 2 actually are your main kind of engines for getting Rillaboom set up. So first you have Glossifleur, who really right here, this will help out. So it'll help pump out some basic Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon, especially grass Pokemon, have this ability or attack rather, where you can kind of like mill out some basic Pokemon. So it's not all that uncommon, but it is very nice, and it really has nice synergy with his evolved form, Eldegoss, which you'll see here in a second. So this right here helps out quite a bit because you can mill your deck down, which is really a big goal here when you're trying to get this out fast. And of course it evolves into Eldegoss. Eldegoss is also nice because it helps you mill out some energy. So really for 1 energy on this right in the beginning, you're getting out your basic Pokemon so you can get your Grookey's out. And then for that same energy, you can start churning out some leaf, which is basic leaf energy. Now you can throw it on Snorlax, which is a nice move. You can throw it on Maractus, which is actually pretty nice, like I said, if you're in a bit of a bind. Or you can use it just to kind of like supercharge out your Rillaboom, which you'll see here in a second. So Grookey, let's look at these real quick just because they're in here. Grookey, kind of average. If you have Grookey on here for more than like 1 or 2 turns, you're not playing the deck right. You're kind of slacking off. Then you have Thwackey. Same thing. If you have Thwackey, you don't want it out in battle. From what I can tell, you just kind of have it until you can get out Rillaboom. So in reality, I haven't had Grookey or Thwackey come out into a battle unless I'm like gonna lose it and I'm just throwing something in, hoping to get that one Destiny draw at the end. But of course, now we have Rillaboom. This is where it gets fun, guys. So we have first off, you get the 3 energy. So if you can pump out 3 energy from Eldegoss on this nice and fast, you can already drop its Drumroll, do 90 damage, and an additional 10 to each one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So that's where you start stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking damage. And of course, you also have this right here for 4, which will do 180, but you can't use it for 2 turns in a row. So this is nice if you have like that big, hefty Pokemon that, let's say, like, you don't want to deal with it for 2 turns. It's a Charizard, it's an Arcanine, it's Ninetales I've come across a couple times with this deck, was kind of struggled with, but it's just swap it in, drop that one nice beat stick, get your hassle out of the way, and then start drumming through it all. So that is the main purpose of the deck, is to get Rillaboom out, flood him with energy from Eldegoss. The other things kind of support in their own little way. Whimsicot's there to scare off certain opposing targets. Maractus is there if you need that secondary backup attacker. Snorlax, I guess, would be like your tertiary 3rd, 4th attacker, but it's really, like I said, I use it mostly as like a damage absorber. Then we'll swap over and check out our trainers. Trainers are cool. I would do what I would do with most starter decks, and that is get rid of some Thwackies and throw in some rare candies, but what do I know? So, overall for the trainers, not too bad. We've got some Great Balls. We've got Ordinary Rods, which do come in useful, because they let us bring back some basic energy. So we've got our Ordinary Rod, which will pump out basic energy, because, like you can see here, we have 18 Leaf Energy. It takes 3 to 4 Leaf Energy per Rillaboom, so you're looking at like 8 Leaf Energy for the 2 Rillaboom, and then if you want to start packing out Maractus, you need energy for Eldegoss, you need energy for Whimsicott, and stuff like that, so it goes through energy pretty fast. We have Pokegear 3.0, which is nice if I desperately need something. It's also nice to kind of like view my deck really quick, so if I'm going, oh man, I'm hurting on Rillaboom, let me see if they're in here. It's a nice kind of cheat way to mill your deck, or at least look at it. We've got potions, which come in okay. Switches, we do have 2 switches on this deck. Those do come in quite handy, because Snorlax is like a 4 retreat cost. Rillaboom is like a 3, I think. Yeah, Rillaboom is a 3, or also a 4 retreat cost. So, very expensive to kind of swap around. So the switches do come in handy. How, of course, for getting those extra cards. Pokekid, I would personally drop a hop. I said how, didn't I? But I would drop a hop. I would add a Pokekid. That way I can get my Rillabooms out faster. Pokemon Center Lady's nice, and then a Professor's Research. So the trainers are, they leave something to be desired, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. So we're going to hop in. We're going to do a CPU test just to show you guys how it works really quick. But overall, that's the layout of the deck. I personally like it. I think it mills the deck really fast when it plays well, but it is kind of like its own downside. So let's see. So we got 2 Glossifleurs, a Maractus, a Rillaboom, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what I will do, we'll drop in Glossifleur first. Then we're going to put both of these on the bench. The reason I'm bringing out Glossifleur first is so we can get that Grookey out. I would, we'll get Grookey out and we'll see what else we can get out, just to kind of thin the deck down. And then, like I said, it also gives us a chance to peek at the deck a little bit, so we can see if we have the second Rillaboom, or if we need to start getting some prize cards out, all that good stuff. So, we're going to drop an energy right here on Glossifleur. Oh, we can't. Oh, yeah, we're not first turn. Okay. Then I'm going to use the Great Ball. So let's see what all we have in here. Okay. Nothing super exciting. I will grab Eldegoss just so we can start getting some energy out. So Eldegoss. Then we're going to come right in here. We're going to call for family. So first thing, of course, we're going to grab 2 Thwackies. Or 2 Grookies. We do have the extra Rillaboom. We do have 2 Thwackies in here. Let's go ahead and pull... I'll just grab Maractus too. Just so this way we're getting 3 cards out. We're bringing the deck down so we can get better odds on pulling certain Pokemon. Mostly Thwacky. Right now it's Thwacky and Energy, and then I can start clean sweeping him. So you'll see, once you have the cards in place, it moves pretty fast. Until you have the cards in place, it is kind of like a drudge to get anything going. So, first things first, let's go ahead and evolve right here. I'm going to put 1 energy... Oh, see, I messed up. I was doing too much talking. Alright, we are going to do Blessing of Fluff. I meant to put the 1 energy on Grookey. That way we could already have him at 4 energy, but it's okay, because we'll still be able to get 3. We have a 4th energy right here, so it's not like the end of the world. What has he got going? A Muscle Band? I don't care. I'm trying to see what this is. Okay, so we've got Tropius, which is okay. Shroomish. That could be interesting because it'll put me to sleep. Gliscor. What is this stiffen thing? During the next... turn, any damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 40. Ew. 3 energy for a 40 attack move? That's... ugh. Ugh. But we did get the second Rillaboom, so not all is lost. In that case, I will go ahead and drop 1 right here. We'll start powering him up. We're going to draw 3 on this turn. So we're going to put 1... 2, and then I'm actually going to take the third energy, we're going to put it on Maractus. This way I can swap out Eldegoss. I don't really need Eldegoss anymore, but we can at least start doing some damage. But first, let's pull out How. If we can get a Thwacky this turn, that would be fantastic. No Thwackies yet, okay, so we're going to pull Whimsicott just for the hell of it. Let's see if we can get a Thwacky this time. And we do, okay. So we've got 1 Thwacky. Oh, like I said, guys, I've run across this thing a couple times on the ladder already. It's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. Not to use, but rather to run across. And that's kind of why I first got into it, because I was running stuff that I had received a few years ago. Last time I played TCGO. Which, like I said, shows you how long this has been. So last time I played TCGO, the Greninja, like, basic blue deck was running around quite a bit. Like the XY basic blue deck. So that's where my experience had been. But then I was getting bodied by this deck constantly. So I decided to buy it and give it a try. And I've quite fallen in love with it. I'm quite taken, you could say. So I don't know if you guys saw it because I was kind of yammering and looking at other things, but so Rillaboom, using Drumroll, we were able to take out Nosepass, and then we got 10 damage on all of these, and that's really where this deck starts to shine. I'm not even going to play any of the rest of this because now I can just start cleaning house. So we've gotten rid of Shroomish, which is good because Shroomish had that little sleep effect. Surskit can't do anything to us. Tropius can't really do much to us. Gliscor could be annoying, except for one problem. And I'm going to go ahead and put that 4th energy on there too, while I'm thinking about it, just in case I do need Drumbeat for some reason. So the one problem, and this is why this isn't going to be a threat to us, is we can literally Drumroll, take him out, and we're still just tanking on damage, tanking on damage. So you can see, guys, it does mill through pretty fast. When you are playing actual opponents... not the computer that does like really weird moves with a really watered down deck. It's really similar actually. I will use PokeKid just to see if I can get out this extra. No, not Grookey. Thwacky. The one deck I will say gives it problems that I run across on theme anyways is there's a Charizard deck that's like Charmander and then it just keeps burning out a bunch of Charizards and that is kind of annoying. Okay, so we can Drumroll here. It's already taken enough damage that it'll KO. And really, we're just going to sweep him right here. I will, like, next turn I will evolve Thwacky with Rillaboom. Rillaboom. Not that we really need to, but, you know, just because. I'm going to drop out one more drum roll. So without even having come across this Masquerain yet, we've done 40 damage to it. If it was still Surskit, I think that would have KO'd it. Let's see. No, Surskit, so we would have KO'd Surskit, like, next turn, because Surskit's a 50 HP. But either way, we'll heal up just for the fun of it. Get in this one last... Yes, I know. Get in this one last KO, pick up our last prize card, and call it a match. But there you guys have it. That's the deck. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. The biggest stalls I've noticed to the deck are, A, you run across this obnoxious Charizard deck, which I'll have to find in order to let you guys see it one time. But you run across that obnoxious Charizard deck, or B, your Rillabooms end up as your prize cards, which I've had happen once, and I will let you know when they're both your prize cards. And you can tell pretty early on if they're both your prize cards because you can check out your deck with, like I said, quite a few of these moves, like Call for Family, Blessing of Fluff on Eldegoss. A lot of these things let you kind of look through the deck really quick in like a cheaty-ish way. But once you see that there are both prize cards, really your biggest thing is pump as much energy on this Maractus as humanly possible and just start bombarding people with powerful needles, and hopefully you can kind of punch holes in that way. But with that being said, guys, I know this has been quite a lengthy video, but I want you guys to check out this deck, see if you're as excited about it as I am, and I would like to know if you guys have used the deck, the Rillaboom theme deck. Let me know down below what you guys thought about it. If you could make any changes to it, obviously with it not being a theme deck, but if you could make any standard legal changes to it, let me know what changes you would make, or have made, rather. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. This is your boy Sleevecard signing out. Have yourselves a beautiful day, and I will see you later.